Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into It's Not You by Sara Eckel, a refreshing perspective on modern singlehood and dating. Breaking away from the typical advice of yesteryears, this book reassures us that being single after 30 is not a cause for panic. Eckel throws the traditional playbook out the window, arguing that marriage should not be the yardstick for personal fulfillment. With wit and insight, It's Not You offers guidance for navigating today's dating landscape, which differs vastly from just a generation ago. As a debut author, Sara Eckel brings authority and relatability to the table, with a background featuring her essays and criticism in major publications like The Washington Post and Glamour. Her book stems from her acclaimed Modern Love column in the New York Times, offering her thoughtful examination to a broader audience. This book is a beacon for single women in their 30s looking for solidarity and guidance, married women contemplating the courage to leave unfulfilling relationships, and anyone who's been grappling with guilt over their single status. Join us as we explore the empowering messages and personal anecdotes that make It's Not You a standout in the genre of relationship literature. It's Not You. 27. Wrong. Reasons You're Single. Introduction. Embrace the power of solo. Reimagining the single life. Feeling like the odd one out at dinner parties, or wondering when it'll be your turn to share those cute couple stories, can weigh heavy on the heart. If you're a woman in your 30s or beyond and still haven't found the one, society can be unrelentingly unforgiving. The stereotype of the desperate single woman is a narrative we've been sold time and time again. But what if you could shift the narrative and renew your love for solo living? It's Not You is your guide to navigating the often tumultuous waters of singlehood with grace and confidence. Whether it's societal norms or the mirror reflecting our own uncertainties, we're constantly being bombarded with the message that happiness is synonymous with coupledom. But this book challenges that idea, urging single women to recognize the bliss in their autonomy. In this empowering summary, you'll unravel the threads that weave together a fulfilling life outside of a romantic relationship. You'll discover the merits of acknowledging, rather than suppressing, loneliness. Comprehend the peculiar views media giants like Fox News shares about single women, and rethink the concept of an unattached life being synonymous with a wayward one. Let's dive into a new chapter where you learn to encase your single existence in a glow of positivity, redefine what fulfillment means, and approach dating with a renewed sense of serenity, free from the pressures to conform to an outdated ideal. Here's to finding joy in the journey of singular living and realizing that sometimes the most extraordinary relationships we have are the ones we build with ourselves. Part 1. Embrace your individuality and accept the ebb and flow of loneliness. The journey of being single is often painted with the brush of self-improvement. The age-old advice suggests that in order to find love, you must first become the perfect version of yourself. Popular culture and dating gurus alike insinuate that being single is a problem originating from some flaw within you. But let's challenge this misleading narrative. The truth is, singledom isn't a consequence of your shortcomings. Rather, it's an aspect of your current life phase. Renowned psychologist John Gottman uncovers that the secret to long-lasting relationships isn't an ideal personality. Compatibility thrives not on perfection, but on mutual acceptance and love for each other, quirks, neuroses, and all. If your self-esteem is on shaky grounds, rest assured that you're not alone. Kristen Neff, a psychology professor, reassures us that self-worth is not a love limiter. Whether your esteem is soaring high or riding low, your potential to be a dearly beloved partner remains unchanged. Yet, as common as loneliness can be, it's often accompanied by a sharp sting of shame. Our brain's prehistoric settings correlate loneliness with vulnerability to predators, as explained by neuroscientist John Cacioppo. That biological alarm bell may no longer be relevant, but the emotional response to isolation persists. Instead of wrestling with loneliness or scrambling to fix yourself, let's embrace it as a natural part of the human condition. By acknowledging and accepting these feelings, you're not surrendering to them. Rather, you're taking a bold step towards understanding and owning your unique journey, one that isn't defined by your relationship status, but by your acceptance of self. Part 2. Welcoming the spectrum of emotions and the bright side of online dating. Picture a life filled with contentment, perhaps a loving spouse, adorable children, and a career that brings joy. It's often assumed that this picturesque scene holds the key to happiness. Indeed, statistics suggest married individuals generally report higher levels of satisfaction than their single counterparts. However, it's crucial to recognize the full picture. Marriages can falter, and a considerable number of women find joy in independence. When the blues hit, society tempts us to push away the gloom and strive for endless jubilation. But life's true essence, a rich tapestry of diverse emotions, includes embracing sadness as much as happiness. Buddhist philosophies teach us that the fullness of life emerges from the acceptance of all our feelings. Unlike popular beliefs that prioritize joy, Buddhist thought accepts that sorrow and bliss are inseparable twins in the great dance of existence. If you're navigating single life and waves of sorrow wash over you, remember, it's not due to the absence of a partner. Instead, allow yourself to acknowledge this sadness as an integral piece of the vibrant puzzle of life. As you embody this mindset, you might turn to the digital world of online dating, a domain that's reconfigured the romantic landscape. Online dating isn't just about swiping and scrolling, it's a platform for genuine connections, fostering candid conversations that traditional first dates might sidestep. Behind the safety of screens, people often unveil their true selves with a transparency that's rare on nervous, immaculately curated dinner dates. Supporting the potential of online connections, a University of Chicago study illuminates a fascinating insight. Couples who began their love stories in the digital realm are more likely to enjoy enduring unions. This piece of research underlines the unexpected depth and durability of relationships that germinate in the virtual soil of dating websites. So, as you consider stepping into the arena of online dating, remember it can be a gateway to sincere interactions and, possibly, to love that lasts. Embrace the full spectrum of what it means to be human, the highs, the lows, and the chance encounters that technology has made possible. Part 3. Confident women can attract partners without sacrificing success. Have you ever felt like your professional achievements and self-assurance might be creating a barrier between you and potential romantic interests? It's a common concern among accomplished women who juggle dynamic careers and personal aspirations. Confidence is inherently attractive and powerful, yet there's this lingering myth that it can scare off partners who might feel redundant in life of a self-sufficient woman. If you're looking to meld your independence with a more accessible vibe, consider embracing a pace that allows room for deep emotional bonds. Showcasing your self-reliance is commendable, but in the dance of romance, it's vital to let others know they have a meaningful role to play in your life. From culinary adventures to co-navigating work challenges, guess what? Successful, well-educated women are stepping into the marriage arena with better odds than ever before. Gone are the days when homemakers ruled the matrimonial market. Research by sociologist Christine Whelan indicates that women who are established in their careers and earning upwards of $100,000 a year are now more likely to tie the knot compared to their lower-earning peers. Adding to this encouraging trend, a study conducted by Harvard economist Dana Rotz in 2011 reveals that women who delay marriage until their later 30s are 46% less likely to see their union dissolve in divorce. These findings highlight a cultural shift where women's professional triumphs complement rather than clash with their matrimonial prospects. So, if you have yet to cross paths with your ideal partner, don't fret. Stability and longevity in relationships could very well be in your future. It's an empowering era where love doesn't demand a choice between personal success and partnership. It welcomes both with open arms. Part 4. Dispelling the myth of desperation in love and the beauty of vulnerability. In the realm of dating, it's not uncommon to hear pundits claim that a woman's single status stems from a perceived lack of confidence or an aura of neediness. They caution against appearing too eager for commitment, branding such openness as desperation, a trait they suggest might scare away potential partners. This narrative can be disheartening and often misrepresents women who are simply yearning for meaningful connections. The term desperate once conjured images of women settling for less than ideal partners in their haste to secure a marital status. Today, however, it's misleadingly tacked onto women who exhibit nothing more than a natural desire for companionship and love. Dating advice frequently errs by urging women to conceal their true selves, suggesting they dim their affectionate light in order not to overwhelm their date. This may translate into refraining from acts of kindness, like cooking a meal, or feigning disinterest, locking away genuine sentiments behind an impassive facade. Yet, such counsel is deeply flawed. Genuine, heartfelt expression is the cornerstone of intimacy and enduring relationships. Rather than veiling one's emotions, showcasing true affection, even in the absence of assurance that it will be reciprocated, can be the genesis of a profound and loyal bond. Renowned researcher Professor Brené Brown has delved into the hearts of those with sound self-esteem, uncovering that their secret lies in embracing vulnerability. It is vulnerability that becomes a testament to their strength and an emblem of their beauty. True courage is found in the willingness to wear one's heart on their sleeve, in allowing openness and raw emotion to pave the pathway to deep and lasting love. Part 5. When sharing dating woes with friends can backfire. Picture yourself returning from yet another date that didn't quite hit the mark. It's tempting, and often a ritual, to leap into a conversation with friends, dissecting every awkward silence and mismatched expectation. While it might feel cathartic to vent, these post-mortems with friends could inadvertently sabotage your shot at relationship success. Imagine consistently painting a narrative of lackluster dates to your circle. Then, when a promising one finally comes along and for some reason he doesn't reach out again, you might find it tricky to break the established narrative of disappointment with your friends. Instead of admitting this letdown, you conjure up tales about your emotional unreadiness or recurring commitment issues linked to a strained paternal relationship. But what if the date's failure had nothing to do with these fabrications? Consider a scenario where you're out with a seemingly perfect match, courteous, engaging, even charismatic. Yet, for reasons you can't quite pinpoint, the spark isn't there. When recapping the date to friends, you focus on a trivial annoyance, his habitual fork tapping. This not only trivializes your dating experience, but paints you in an unflattering, fussy light. Before turning your dating life into communal storytelling, pause and reflect. There is value in processing your experiences independently, allowing you to cultivate your personal discernment and trust in your judgment. It marks a stride toward self-sufficiency, which is both freeing and empowering. While friends remain invaluable pillars of support, it's wise to consider that not every facet of your romantic endeavors requires external commentary or interpretation. Learning when to share and when to introspect can strengthen your confidence in navigating the complex world of dating on your own terms. Part 6. Discover love on your terms, not under pressure. You've likely heard the well-meaning advice that a resume of long-term relationships is the key to nailing down a successful marriage. However, this advice stands on shaky ground with little evidence to back it up. In reality, many people find their lifelong companions later in life without such supposed prerequisites, leading to marriages that are just as joyous and enduring. Nonetheless, societal norms pressure women, especially those past their 30s without a history of long-term partnerships, to believe that time is running out. They feel the need to be out there, constantly on the social carousel, searching for their ideal match, regardless of whether they truly enjoy the ride. But there's a catch to this accelerated search for companionship. When the underlying motive is always to scout for the one, you risk turning every outing into a fruitless quest marked by a string of disappointments. This relentless pursuit can suck the joy out of socializing, transforming potential fun into a task-driven chore. A deeper look into this drive reveals the entrenched notion that marriage is the ultimate destination, the grand prize signaling that one's personal life is on the right track. Many hold on to the belief that a ring on their finger solidifies their romantic endeavors as complete, a symbol of happily ever after already in play. However, the belief that marriage is an end point, a fixture as permanent as the stars, is a romanticized myth. Life is a constant ebb and flow of change, and even the seemingly steadfast institution of marriage is not impervious to this universal truth. Remember, love doesn't thrive on a timeline or wilt under a checklist of past relationships. It blossoms in its own time and on its own terms. So, release yourself from the urgency to conform to societal expectations and embrace the freedom to find happiness with or without a partner as you live a life that is authentically and beautifully yours. Part 7. Navigating solitude without succumbing to negativity. The silence of solitude can amplify the most challenging of thoughts. Questions like, "Why am I still single?" or "Why did it not work out with him?" can echo loudly, leading to bouts of introspection that sometimes veer into the realm of self-doubt. It's a phenomenon that psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi refers to as psychic entropy, a state where the mind dwells on negative experiences, overshadowing the positive ones. This mental inclination toward the negative might be a relic of our ancestral past, when remembering threats was vital for survival, unlike the pleasurable moments which held less immediate significance. This ancient hardwiring makes it easier for us to get caught in a loop of negativity, rehashing unwarranted conclusions about past relationships and attributing our single status to some nebulous notion of karmic retribution. Yet, the sting of such personal worries is often compounded by societal perceptions. There's a stereotype perpetuated by some that mature singles are akin to perennial adolescents, indulging in perceived trivialities like travel or social events, seemingly eschewing the responsibilities of property ownership and family life. Such attitudes were even echoed in political commentary, with pundits on Fox News criticizing single women for their supposed lack of investment in the nation's future, a claim both baseless and unfairly dismissive of the nuanced lives lived by single individuals. Surprisingly, these narratives often ignore the notable contributions single people make. Statistics show that singles are frequently more engaged in maintaining familial ties, including regular visits to parents, and are more involved in lending support to friends. It's essential to find our way through the labyrinth of negative emotions and external misjudgments without getting ensnared. Remembering one's worth and the positive aspects of singleton life is not just an act of defiance against erroneous opinions, but also a reaffirmation of the richness and variety that being single can offer. Part 8. Discover the many shades of love beyond romance. It's all too easy to get caught up in the cinematic vision of love. Starry-eyed romances, the passionate pursuit of the one, and happily ever afters. Yet what we often fail to recognize is that love doesn't just manifest in romantic encounters. It's woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. Love blooms in the shared laughter with a friend, the comfort of family gatherings, and yes, even in fleeting moments of connection with strangers. Acts of kindness, deep conversations, and genuine human interaction are the threads of love that are present in countless forms around us. To fully embrace and cultivate this everyday love, why not try a loving kindness meditation? It's a simple practice where you focus on someone dear to your heart and mentally channel wishes for their well-being, using affirmations such as, "May you be happy," "May you be free from suffering." Repeating this mantra while envisioning different individuals gradually broadens our empathy, helping us appreciate the myriad of relationships that enrich our lives. We often overlook the love that surrounds us because of misconceptions that guide our pursuit of happiness. We find ourselves envying others, coveting a lifestyle that seems to guarantee joy. This is how the myth of marital bliss as the ultimate form of happiness perpetuates. Romantic love is seen as the pinnacle, leaving those who are single feeling as if they're missing an essential piece of the puzzle. But this narrative doesn't have to define us. Being single may present challenges, like finding someone to snuggle with on a chilly night, but it doesn't equate to loneliness. Embrace the warmth of companionship with those you hold dear, and don't overlook the peaceful refuge that solitude can offer. Love is a multifaceted gem that shines through all aspects of life. Keep your eyes and heart open, and you'll see it's been with you all along. Final summary. Navigating the single life in an evolving world means sifting through dating advice that often seems out of touch with the contemporary woman's experience. Today's woman embraces independence, often prioritizing personal development, careers, and a myriad of life goals over the traditional trajectory of marriage and children. This shift has illuminated a path where singlehood is not a predicament to be fixed, but an opportunity to delve into self-discovery and embrace various forms of love. Loneliness, a timeless and universal emotion, still lingers. However, distancing ourselves from antiquated notions of romance and partnership allows for a renewed perspective. By doing so, we unlock the potential to cultivate self-love and find joy beyond romantic entanglements. It's a journey toward inner contentment, where happiness isn't contingent on another, but radiates from within. In essence, "It's not you" underscores a powerful message. Being single isn't a shortcoming, but a chance to explore life's vast experiences with openness and resilience. Embracing this modern ethos paves the way for genuine happiness, irrespective of relationship status. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.